Hi guys, this is Alvin from Windshine Audio. Today I'm going to talk about the Terminator-Plus and the Soundaware D300REF synchronization of the clock output as well as the HDMI I²S setting. Let us zoom into the equipment. So what I have here is the Soundaware D300REF as well as the Terminator-Plus. Let us look at this D300REF. I'm playing using Roon, so it is serving as a Roon endpoint, and the output of this D300 reference, the HDMI I²S output, goes to the Terminator-Plus I²S input A. Okay, let us look at the back. Again, it's a messy business where we need to get many cables connected. So the D300REF is a streamer, it's a basic streamer. It can also serve as a Roon endpoint. The certification as a Roon endpoint is being done, but it takes a long while. I guess Soundaware engineer just need to work harder with Roon engineer to get this done. So what I have here is an Ethernet cable connected to the D300REF right here. And the output of this D300REF, the HDMI I²S, this cable, goes to the Terminator-Plus HDMI I²S input. This one. Alright, this one. And what else is connected? Yes, the clock. D300REF accepts clock input of, let's see the frequency, 22 MHz and 24 MHz. We know that Terminator-Plus can output different kind of clock frequency, so we can make use of the D300. We can make use of the Terminator-Plus clock output to synchronize with the D300. So what I have here is the red color cable. The red color connector goes to the 45 MHz output of the Terminator-Plus. And the 45 should correspond to the 22 over here. You see this? So again, you need to cross the cable like the Terminator-Plus and the Gaia DDC. So there's also a button here to enable the clock input. So this is different from the Gaia DDC, where the Gaia DDC allow you to control the clock, enable or disable the clock input using the front panel button. But for the case of D300REF, you need to press this button to enable or disable the clock input. So this is how the connection are like. I have an AES EBO cable connected here. This is for me to verify the HDMI I²S pin configuration sound correctness as compared to the AES EBO. I²S has no industrial standard. So you need to configure the correct pin out of the I²S input to match with the source. So Terminator DSD, or rather DENAFRIPS DAC, has this ability to configure the I²S pin out by using the front panel button. So all these are the cable. Let's take a closer look. The D300REF and the Terminator-Plus. Let me get a better angle. Okay, let us move to the front. So, music is playing as a Roon endpoint for D300REF and the Terminator-Plus. Terminator-Plus is doing a interesting. I lost focus. Okay, the focus is back. The Terminator-Plus is connected to the D300REF using I²S A. Okay, let us understand more about the clock output of the Terminator-Plus. The Terminator-Plus has 4 sets of clock output, or rather 3 sets. One is off. Okay, the first one is off. The second one is a set of 44.1 kHz and 48 kHz clock output to the source device. The third setting is 22 and 24 MHz output. And the fourth one is 45 and 49 MHz output. You can configure this clock by using the front panel button. press on the mute button once and press input minus button, and you can see this is disable the clock, no output, setting 1, setting 2, setting 3. So we know that the D300REF required a 22 and 25 MHz clock. So leave the setting at AES2, hang on for a second, and it will go back to the source that we selected just now, the I²S. So the setting will remember in the FPGA of the Terminator-Plus, and you do not have to configure this later. I think here we go. Yes, the I²S. And also for so we addressed the clock setting, and for Terminator-Plus I²S HDMI I²S to match with the D300REF, we need to configure the I²S HDMI pinout to 101. So 101 means the 1x LED and the 4x LED on, where the 2x LED shall be off. So to configure the I²S setting, press on the mute button. So once you press on the mute button, the LED blink from the left to the right. So it tells us that the Terminator-Plus is in mute mode, and you can do the configuration by pressing a combination of some button here. So to configure the I²S, press the face button. So as you press this button, you'll notice a pattern of 000 to 111, and also as you press this button, if the music is playing, you will hear either correct music or the noise. So this, when it is noise, we know that it is not configured correctly. So we need to leave the setting for the Terminator-Plus to 101. So with the setting of 101, the music will be playing in phase, and the left-right channel will be correct. So let's go back to why is it I have the AES EBU cable connected. So this is to verify the I²S HDMI pinout setting matches the D300REF. So by comparing the sound of the I²S input and the AES EBU input, we can know that whether the music is playing in phase, the left-right channel is correct or not. So move the input back to AES1. Do we have music playing? Yeah. So I can hear that the music is playing correctly. Back to I²S again. Okay, that's about it for the Terminator-Plus to connect to the D300REF using I²S input as well as the clock synchronization. Thank you for watching.